You're injured, you can't work, and the medical bills are piling up. Then, out of nowhere, the insurance company calls you and they make you an offer. And it feels like this could be a sweet relief. I'm Max the Axe, the gold standard in personal injury. And I'm telling you right now that that offer is not a favor. It is a tactic by the insurance company. In this video, I'm going to explain why insurance adjusters push these lowball offers to people who are the most vulnerable. And if you accept this offer too early, could be paying out of pocket for months or years. At the end of this video, you'll be able to make smarter decisions, hold the insurance companies accountable, and finally walk away with a settlement offer that you deserve and gives you full justice for your injuries. Why they offer money fast when you can't afford care. Let's get real. If you've been in a car accident and you're sitting there in pain watching the bills stack up while you're missing work, you know that you need money quickly. And you're probably also pretty stressed out about the financial situation that you're in, and the insurance company knows this. That's why their quick offer shows up exactly when you're thinking, well, how am I going to afford this medical treatment? Always keep in mind that the insurance companies do not work for you. Their interest is to get you as little money as possible and get your case resolved so that you can't come back asking for more money. And they know that if you're desperate, you're more likely to accept a small amount of money now instead of waiting and fighting for more money later on. Here's a simple example. A woman in Houston gets rear-ended on I-10, no health insurance, and her back pain is getting worse. The other driver's insurance company calls her just a couple days after the wreck and offers her $3,000 to settle the case immediately. She just has to sign some paperwork and the check is hers. But here's the thing. They need her to sign that paperwork right now. Why so fast? Well, that's because they want you to sign the paperwork before you ever see a doctor and realize how serious your injury could be. Because once you sign that paperwork, your case is over, done, even if you find out later that you need surgery. So if your first thought is, how do I pay for this medical care? The insurance company is thinking the exact opposite. How can I keep you from seeking this medical care? And more importantly, they're thinking, how do we close this case before you realize how significant your injury is, and this actually costs us a lot more money? What happens if you accept before treatment? Let me be crystal clear on this. If you accept the insurance company's offer before you know the full extent of your injuries, you are cutting off your case from any future payments, even if the injury gets worse or even if you need serious medical care like surgery. Imagine that you take $3,000 now just because you needed the money. Later on, you might need MRIs that show herniated discs in your spine, and that you would eventually need surgery to help repair the damage that was done from the car accident. These surgeries alone can be tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you've already signed the paperwork with the insurance company, they don't owe you anything else, not a cent. Because in Texas, when you sign that final release agreement, that is the final contract. And that's why they want you to sign so early. It's not because they care about you, it's because they want this case to be done with before you realize how much it's actually going to cost. The one thing in the paperwork that ends your case. Here's what most people don't realize. That settlement agreement, it's not just a check. It's an exchange. It's a trade. You're trading away your right to come back later and ask for more money. Because the paperwork usually says some version of the following. I hereby release all claims, known and unknown. Think about that. Known and unknown. That means that even if you discover something later, like the injury is a lot worse than you first thought, you're still signing it away when you sign that paperwork. And that's the trap. What to do if you can't afford medical care. Now let's talk about solutions, because you actually have a lot more options than the insurance company wants you to believe. Option 1, you may be able to get medical treatment without paying anything up front. In Texas, some providers will treat you and then wait to collect their bills after the case settles. This is often done through something that's called a letter of protection. The lawyer agrees to the medical provider that they will pay the medical provider's bills after the case settles from the settlement proceeds. Option 2, check your own insurance policy for something that's called PIP, or Personal Injury Protection Insurance. This type of insurance can help pay for medical bills or lost wages, regardless of who's at fault. A lot of people have this on their current plan and they don't even realize until they look. Option 3, some hospitals and medical providers can provide payment plans so that you can pay in installments over time. The point is, don't assume that the only way to get help today is by signing away your case to the insurance company quickly after the crash. Why waiting to settle usually increases your money. I understand. Waiting is hard, especially when the rent's due. But in most Texas personal injury cases, your patience will actually help protect you. When you wait until you've had a full medical evaluation by the proper doctors, you learn exactly the full extent of what your injury will cost. And not just the medical treatment that you've already gone through, but the medical treatment that you'll need for the rest of your life. Because your settlement should cover multiple categories: your medical bills in the past, the medical treatment in the future, your lost wages, and things that are called intangibles or non economic damages. We're talking about pain and suffering, physical impairment, and mental anguish. And if you settle too soon, you're only going to get paid for the stuff that you know right now, not the stuff that you're going to find out later. And here's the truth: a lot of injuries don't fully show themselves in the first week. That's exactly why this early offer exists. What if you can't wait and need money now? Now, you might be thinking, okay, Max, well, what if I truly can't wait? And that's a fair question. And here's my rule that I give to my clients. If you take the insurance company's offer now, you are taking on a short term lifeline in exchange for giving up your long term protection. If you knowingly choose that and you understand the risks, that's entirely your choice. But I don't want you to go into the decision completely blind. You have to know what you're giving up. So before you sign on the dotted line, it's extremely important that you talk to a Texas injury lawyer first. Most of us do not charge anything for a quick consultation, and you can uncover options that you didn't know you had. And whatever you do, don't just sign whatever the adjuster sends you unless you read through it thoroughly and understand what you're giving up. Because once you sign on the dotted line, there is no undo button. Why an attorney helps, even if you're broke. This matters. Most personal injury attorneys in Texas work on a contingency fee. That means that you pay nothing up front and you only get paid if we win. So that way, being broke doesn't mean you're powerless, even when going against the insurance company and their teams of lawyers. A good attorney can also make sure you're getting the right documentation, can stop the adjuster from pressuring you, can help line up your treatment options, and can negotiate your medical bills so that you can keep more of your settlement. I've seen someone who was about to settle with the insurance company for a few $1,000s, but once they signed up with us and we were able to get the proper documentation, we were able to settle it for tens of thousands of dollars more than what they were originally offered. And that difference is usually the difference between surviving and actually recovering for the injuries that they've sustained. Here are the key takeaways. If you're injured in a Texas car accident and you can't afford medical treatment, the insurance company may try to trap you with a quick offer. But you have options. You may be able to get medical care without paying anything up front. You may have some PIP coverage that can help pay for the bills, and you can always talk to a lawyer for free. Don't lock yourself into a bad deal just because you're worried about the bills today. And the first offer from the insurance company is almost never their best offer. And it's also never their last offer, unless you sign away your rights. If you want to stay safe from the insurance company's tricks, then you won't want to miss my next video. Common scams that you should know about after a car accident in Texas. I'm going to be breaking down the sneakiest tactics that insurance adjusters use that can cost you money and how you can look out for it to save yourself from that kind of pain. Click on the video now, and I'll see you over there.